this space is almost always being used throughout the day, each and every day. We have a racket sports class that we do, and usually I have about 20, and we have the 4 stations, and so I'm able to set up 4 tennis courts inside here, and then on the sides I can also set up an additional one, so I can get up to 6 tennis courts inside of the field house, so we can have, 6 tennis matches going on, which in our old gym, we could maybe get one, so we actually never even did full tennis games in our old building until we got here. So it's awesome. Spring sports especially, I coach track and field, so with our spring sports, you've got baseball, you've got softball, you've got girls soccer, boys and girls track, so that's 5 sports that have to use this space. In the old building, we were running in the hallways. You had to have certain sports would have to have morning practices. Now we're able to have all 5 sports inside of here. We'll use the fitness center also as a station, and we've been able to block it off where now nobody really has to have morning practices because we can get everybody inside of this field house. And it's hectic, it's very crazy, and that's a lot of kids, but it's still able to happen, which I think our numbers have improved because we don't have to have the morning practices or the 6 o'clock practices. So it allows more people to get to practice right after school and participate in those activities. There were absolutely kids that, because whether it was a morning practice, they couldn't get bused here, or if it's a late practice, they couldn't get a ride. So yeah, there were people that couldn't come to practice, so they couldn't participate in those athletics. And now being able to have practice at the same time with that late bus, I think allows a lot more kids an opportunity to join those sports.
Okay.
A tennis club that meets twice a week, I think at about 6 o'clock. Usually after the athletics are done, this field house is still really packed. Even after school, take last Monday, we had boys and girls basketball using all 4 courts. We had I think a 5th and 6th grade basketball practice being run. We had a track running club being held on the track. We had the dance. There's a dance team here. The dance team was practicing over in that corner. So you had that many events, and then later that night we had the tennis courts being used by a tennis club. There's Friday morning basketball games. There's the YMCA operates. YMCA operates down here. They'll hold classes. There's a floor hockey league that takes place on Wednesday nights. Sundays there's a indoor soccer league that takes up all 4 courts. Basically you just sign up for it, you sign a contract with the school, and you get that time. The great thing about, as far as athletics with all this space is, versus our old gymnasium, we couldn't do nearly as many open gyms. Now you'll see there's track, we're always meeting once or twice a week in the off season. Baseball has morning practices, they come in on Sundays, even though the season is still months away. Softball does the same thing. Football meets on Wednesday and Monday mornings. So you're seeing all these sports teams are also now able to get in practice times and get-togethers that with the old space they weren't able to do, not nearly as effectively. The public use that we get out of this building it's amazing how many people in the community actually use this space. It's available for